Okay, there's a lot of pottery to find in Breath of the Wild, but guess what? Pottery isn't the only cool thing from the Jomon period to make it into the game. There's lots of cool stuff, both big and small. Really small, like tiny, cool little statues small. Which brings us to our next object of interest, Cherry. Now you might be thinking, Cherry? Who's Cherry? Well, if you go to the far northeastern part of the world map in Breath of the Wild, you'll come across the Akala Ancient Tech Lab. Inside the lab is an adorable looking furnace nicknamed Cherry. Why is an ancient furnace relevant to Japanese history? Well, you'll notice Cherry doesn't look like a typical oven. Instead, she looks kind of human, with a roundish face, big blue eyes, and hollow rings that look like ears. In fact, Cherry looks just like a special type of statue from the Jomon period, called a dogu. Dogu, which means earthen figurine, are small humanoid statues that started to become popular in the mid-Jomon period. There have been about 15,000 dogu statues found in Japan so far, and like Jomon pottery, their style and form can differ quite a bit. Nobody knows exactly what these statues were made for. Some think they represent people in prayer, while others think that since parts of these statues have been deliberately broken off, they're effigies associated with sympathy magic. However, since most of these clay figurines have large eyes, wide hips, and large abdomens associated with pregnancy, the general consensus is that these statues are associated with mother goddesses and/or women in childbirth. Of course, it's also possible over time they had different functions, which makes sense because some of them are very unique looking. For example, one statue has webbed hands and a feline or fox-like face. Another dogu has a heart-shaped face, not unlike the Korok, aka forest spirits, you come across in Breath of the Wild. But there's one particular type of dogu statue that comes to mind when you look at Cherry, the Shakoki dogu. The Shakoki dogu are fascinating. These type of figurines start appearing in large numbers during the late Jomon period, and they tend to be more elaborately decorated than other dogu. Their bodies are covered in swirling patterns, indicating either body tattoos or special clothing, and some appear to have headgear or crowns. But their most distinct feature are their huge, buggy eyes, which look either squeezed shut or hidden behind giant snow goggles. Now, the idea of a statue wearing goggles might sound a little silly, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. There's a type of Inuit snow goggles made from caribou antler and sinew that look just like the goggles of the Shakoki statues. In fact, the name Shakoki means light protecting, as in protecting the eyes from the glare of the sun. And if you look at Cherry, you'll notice this adorable robotic oven looks just like a Shakoki dogu wearing snow goggles, which is evidence of yet more Jomon influence in Breath of the Wild. Neat, huh? But wait, there's more!